Hello, my name is Dominik Wagner. I grew up in Vienna, at the edge of Vienna, in a musical family. My father is a composer, my mother a cellist. I have one sister. She plays the violin and the viola. She's very talented, but she's not doing it professionally. She has a degree in international economy engineer and in biotechnology. So I had music around me always, and I always loved how my mom plays the cello. So as early as possible, I wanted to start playing the cello too. I learned the cello when I was 4.5 years old. Later, I went to the Vienna Boys Choir for 5 years. That was, I would say, the biggest influence musically on me. Then singing, in my eyes, is still the most natural way of making music. So that shaped me tremendously. When I was 10, I also switched to the double bass. Back then, not with the big thought of becoming a professional. That was just for fun. When I told my mom I want to learn the double bass, the first thing she said is, well, then you got to carry it yourself. I'm not going to do that. Later on, with 13, 14 years old, I found the world of YouTube and of the crazy bassists that uploaded stuff there, and I got so intrigued, and I started practicing like crazy to be able to play all the repertoire. For me, a difficult period was when I had to deal with focal dystonia. For those who don't know what that is, it's a neurological condition in which the brain stops giving the body the information on how to do certain movements. For me, that meant I couldn't move my arm anymore. Fortunately, I found specialists to work with me, to retrain me, to learn these movements that every normal person can do. It took me years, it was incredibly difficult, and I could never go through that again. From the outside, a career often looks like, oh, it's progressing naturally and going well, but in reality, nothing goes naturally and gradually by itself. Everything goes like this. But if the tendency over the years is like this, then over the years, even if it sometimes goes like this, if in the end you are at a better point, then it's all worth it. I'm a professor for double bass, so I teach a lot. I perform a lot as a bassist who plays the bass function in chamber music, but also as a soloist who tries to show what the bass can do besides the bass function, as a melody instrument, as a virtuosic instrument. Bass is not a sound that goes through the hall like this. It is a warm sound. It's like a cloud, and that hugs you, and you can just lay back and feel like you're in heaven when you hear well-played bass. Also, what I find fascinating is this element of surprise. The bass as a solo instrument absolutely works. In every concert, in every recital, people are fascinated, not only because it sounds good and there is actually good repertoire and good arrangements, but also because they don't know it yet. And maybe instead of listening to the millionth Tchaikovsky concerto, sometimes listening to a bass concerto can be the more rewarding experience. What many people don't know is my mom is actually from Kronberg. So every summer and every winter for holidays we would come here to visit my grandma. So I'm half at home in Kronberg. But with time I saw, wow, there's something big happening here. And I asked, is it possible to study the bass here? But not with a bassist. Instead, go work with great cellists, violists, violinists, and pianists and conductors even, to get inspired from a completely different perspective. We have an incredibly high level of music making. All the students here play so well. There is no university in the world with an average like this. On the other hand, the people that go in and out, the artistic personalities, it's the biggest artists in the world in Kronberg. That is just sensational. What has been built here over the last years or decades is astounding. And I'm very happy to be a part of it. I like to educate myself in many areas. But you know, I'm also a bit of a crazy person. So I tend to go in extremes. Once I wanted to find out everything about nutrition, and then I lost 30 kilos in 2 months. Then I wanted to learn everything about bodybuilding, and I had arms like this for a certain amount of time. Then I find out, ooh, psychology is a very interesting topic. Let's do some research there. philosophy, even politics. Sometimes, oh God, I find myself listening to talk shows about political issues. What I love also is listening to audiobooks, because of my schedule, I often don't have the time to sit down and read a book. But when I carry my bass from the university to the train station, from one train to the next train, I love to listen. And besides all of that, I try to have a life, to spend time with the people that I appreciate, with my partner, with my family, with some friends. That comes way too short, unfortunately, often, but I value it and I try as hard as I can to get more in this aspect as well. I also go to schools where kids have never heard classical music before. I want to show them this is really fun. And even if you don't play an instrument, going to a concert occasionally will make your life nicer. I think classical music is for everyone, not just for certain specific educated people. I also see myself in a way as an entertainer. In every concert that I play, where I play my own program, I moderate. I try to talk to people to help them make classical music not only enjoyable but also approachable and relatable.